This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints. Discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to another review corner for Miniature Market. I'm Rob Orn, and this is Mike from Firelock Games. Mike, how are you? Today we are going to be talking about your game, Blood and Plunder. So, there's only one thing to do, my good friend. You're going to show us how to play this?
Yes, sir.
All right, why don't we go down to the table and take a look at it? All right. All right, Mike, why don't you show us how to play Blood and Plunder and give us a little bit about it.
All right, so first thing you're going to do in a turn is you're going to draw one card from your activation deck for each unit that you have. I've got 3 units here of French militia. Jonathan's got 3 units of Spanish militia. So we're going to do a little militia. 4 units, actually. You have 4 units, okay.
4 units.
Change it up on me. All right, 4 units, no problem. So because Jonathan has more units than me, I can choose to pass and not activate 1 unit one time and let him do it.
Okay.
If I so desire. So if you look at the cards here, you'll notice that they have some pips on the bottom, and then they have a number of actions here and a number on the top.
Okay.
So the pips helps you determine who gets to go first. So the more of the pips in the suit, the more likely you are to go first. So I use a regular poker order.
Okay.
So spades go first, followed by hearts, then diamonds, and then clubs.
Oh, wow.
So now the faster you go, you'll notice that there are differences in the amount of actions you get, right? So
Okay.
based on your training level, you get more or less actions based on the card you play. So generally, cards that let you go first give you less actions. So, and then vice versa. So if you go last, you're going to get more actions.
Right.
I'm going to pick one card, and I'm going to put it face down. He's going to do the same thing. So I'm going to play face down. Now that we both have them down, we're going to flip it over and reveal. So I've got a diamond. He's got a club.
Okay.
So it's 2 pips to the 1, so I'm going to take my first action.
All right.
So I feel like these guys...
So that's how you work out initiative.
Exactly.
Very cool.
And that's going to activate 1 unit of my choice, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to choose to activate these guys. Looks like they're under threat by 2 units here. So these guys are... These are filibustiers, and they are trained.
Okay.
So I look on my card here, and I see a trained unit is going to get 2 actions on this card. So what I'm going to do is... I'm going to go ahead with my first action, and I'm going to fire at these guys. So I'm going to check the range,
Okay.
measure from the closest model in the unit to the closest model in the other unit.
Okay.
So you see that's just over 12 inches.
Okay.
Every 4 inches of range is a penalty to hit.
Okay.
So if we look here, so we're under 16, but over 12, so that's a penalty of 3.
Okay.
My French filibustiers have a shoot skill of 6, so that means I need a 9 to hit. I've got 6 models in the unit, so I'm going to roll 6 dice. Let's get this out of the way over here. So I'm looking for 9s to hit those guys.
Okay.
So I roll. I get 1 9. I'll take that. So now that I've hit him,
Okay.
he needs. Well, first I got to put a reload marker. I fired with every model in my unit, so I'm going to
so they
take
have
2
to take.
reload markers.
Oh, nice.
Black powder muskets, so individual shots to and then reload. So now,
So my Lanceros, their save is actually a 6, but all my guys are behind cover.
Okay.
So I proc my special rules called elusive, so I get -1 bonus to my save, so it goes down to a 5. So I need a 5 or better to save, and I did.
Nice.
Now the good thing is I don't have to take any casualties, but for every hit I take, I have to take a fatigue. I mean, for at least one hit will take a fatigue. So I got to roll my fatigue test, which is the resolve of a 5.
Okay.
So I need a 5 or better, and I'm good.
Yeah, that's it.
I take nothing.
so
you
my
just
firing
shot
was
over his head.
ineffective. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slide these guys over here a little bit with my second action. So, and a movement action is just a 4-inch move every time. And it goes down by 1 inch if you're going up an elevation or across any rough terrain or anything like that. Except I just realized there's a bunch of Spaniards over there, a bunch of muskets. So I'm not going to move quite that far out there. So leave some,
Oh, there they are.
some kind of cover there.
Oh, I see you hit him right behind there.
Right, so that does it for me. So these guys can't fire their muskets again until I remove this down to at least 1. While you have 1 reload marker, you can still fire with half of your models.
Okay.
And then when you have no reload markers, you can shoot with all.
Oh, wow.
And that takes actions to do that. So it's just the actions the card gives you. It's kind of actions are your currency. So now that I'm done activating, he's going to pick 1 unit, and he's got a club, so he's going to probably get 2 to 3 actions depending on which unit he activates.
So I'm gonna activate my Indios.
Okay.
Usually,
They're
when I
trained,
move through terrain,
so they're gonna get 3 actions.
usually when you move through the terrain, you get -1 to your movement. But
Okay.
they have the special rule scout, so I ignore terrain basically.
All right.
So I'm gonna go 4 inches. So my first movement. Let's see how far he is.
So he's just over 9 inches.
Okay.
So that falls between the 8 and 12 spectrum, so that gives him a +2.
So I'm gonna shoot at him. So Indios, their shoot skill is a 6.
Okay.
But since I'm using bows, it's not the English longbows that you know. They're not as great. So my skill goes to a 7 just for using a bow, and then +2 because of the distance modifier. So now I need a 9.
All right.
And I got
He
nothing.
got nothing.
But I'm gonna use a fortune point, and what a fortune point does is I can re-roll everything.
Oh wow.
Everybody starts with 3 fortune coins.
3
and
fortune
you can,
coins?
You can use them to discard a hand and draw a new hand, or re-roll anything. The entire roll, though, including if he had gotten any hits, he'd have to re-roll those as well. It's just a do-over.
Oh, that's a little bit better.
Now, again, because these bows are not as powerful as a black powder musket,
Right.
I'm going to get a bonus to my save. So the shoot save on a filibustier is a 6.
Okay.
So because I'm getting shot at with bows, and he's got 2 hits, and I've got at least 2 guys in cover. So that means that I can try to save both of them normally. And I need a 6 to avoid a casualty. Oh goodness, 4 and a 1. So I'm going to use a fortune point also, and try with some red dice this time. That's much better.
That's much better.
Okay, so now I still got hit though, so I gotta take a fatigue test. And they're looking for a 5, so I failed. So that means I'm gonna take 1 point of fatigue. Now, 1 point of fatigue doesn't do anything.
Okay.
But if I have 2 points of fatigue or more on there, if I have 2 points of fatigue or more, the next time they activate, they get 1 less action than what the card says.
Oh, nice.
Now, if I have 3 or more, then they're completely suppressed. They're what we call shaken. They're panicked, and all they can do is rally to try to take the fatigue off.
That's a
so
neat,
they're gonna miss an
neat little
activation.
mechanic in there. I like that.
Yes, and now you can also give yourself fatigue. So when I had this card, I had 2 actions. The cap on actions for an activation is 3. But I could have given myself a fatigue to take a 3rd action if I wanted to, if I felt the need to do so. So now we've both activated a unit.
Well, I still have one more
another
action, so
Yeah,
I'm
so
actually going to
bows,
shoot one more time.
Oh, there you
bows
go.
don't have to reload, so they can just shoot you all day long. Oh, I
Got 2 more.
Again.
Wow.
That dice worked well for me last time on the save. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, good.
Not that time.
Man, all right. Well, I'm going to take those casualties.
Now, you can't use another fortune. It can only use it.
And I can choose the models I take out. I can because it's a different action.
Okay.
So I can't, you can never re-roll or re-roll. But I could have used it there, but I'm going to go for it now. So because I got hit, I'm going to roll 1 fatigue test. And then I'm going to roll an additional die for each casualty.
Okay.
So I'm looking for 5s on all of these. All right, so let's use another fortune point. Why'd you give me the bad dice? Strategic dice choosing you've done here. All right, so let's see. All right, that did not help me whatsoever. So they still take 3 points of fatigue,
Wow.
which brings them all the way up to 4 fatigue. So at this point, I have a choice. They're now shaken. The shaken unit, once they become shaken, has to either immediately go prone or has to take a fallback move, which I'm going to opt for the fallback move because I don't want to get charged by those guys. Because if you get charged while you are shaken or while you are prone, you don't get any saves. So it's very detrimental to that. So, all right, so we're going to go on to the next card now. So I'll play this. So he's going to go first this time.
Okay.
The heart beats a spade. I mean a diamond, and you have 3 pips to the 2 you see there.
Yep.
So I'm going to activate my Lanceros, and with my 2 actions, I'm going to move twice. So I'm going to move 8 inches.
So he's trying to hunt down those running.
Yeah, he wants them now.
And that's the end of my activation.
All right, so now it's Michael. So I'm going to activate this unit of French militia here with that includes the commander. So
And these are beautifully done, too.
thank you very much. So these guys are going to now, so what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and fire. They're just going to sit there and they're going to fire and then they're going to reload. So I'm going to fire at these guys. They haven't gone yet and I don't want to get shot up by them. So we're just under 12 inches, so that means I have a penalty of 2, and not quite the full third set of 4 inches. So their shoot skill is a 6, which means I need an 8 to hit, and I've got 8 models there. The commander has a pistol, but he's not going to be able to effectively fire. Alright, so I've got a 9, 2 9s and a 10, so it's 3 hits.
So the save on my milicianos is an 8, so I need 8 or better. And I got 2.
Wow.
I need to get those dice.
Yeah.
So I have to take 1 for getting hit, 1 for a casualty, and my resolve is a 6, so I need a 6 or better. And no. I'm going to spend a fortune and try to keep
Spending
them
up all
hit.
that fortune.
At first, we just barely started already.
So I only take 1. That's what I want.
Okay.
So now, because this is my commander shooter, so I did fire, so I'm going to take 2 reloads, but with my second action, I'm going to go ahead and knock one of those off.
Nice.
So now, actually, you know what? I won't do that. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and move them together to get them in formation, so that they can get their drilled bonuses. So if I have them all in base contact here, I can get some bonuses for firing. But now I'm going to use my commander's command points. So commanders, when their unit is active, they have a number of points they can spend. So I have 1 command point with him that I can now spend on any unit within 8 inches of him himself.
Okay.
So I can use it on either unit. So right now I can try to rally these guys, although that's probably the smartest thing to do. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take a rally action. And a rally action, you just roll the number of fatigue that you have, and you're looking for your resolve number, which is a 5. And every 5 or better, so I got 2 off. So they go down to 2. So they're no longer shaken, so they can act normally. But 2 still leaves me down 1 action next time I act.
Wow, that's brilliant.
All right, so that does it for that activation. So now we go to the next card. All right, and I'm going to choose to pass.
Alright, so I have a club. I'm going to activate my milicianos now. And I have 2 actions. So my first one, I'm going to move out of cover.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah.
All bold. Jump through the window.
Yeah, just jump. And that move only takes an inch off, right?
Yes.
Right, because they'd be going through the windows of that wall there.
I'm going to move 1 more time.
And he's just coming.
And then he's going to use his command points shooting me.
Yes, and I'm going to use my
Point blank.
command point to fire at him.
It looks like you're still outside of 4, yeah. So he still has a penalty of 1. And they have a shoot skill of 7, so he's going to need an 8 too.
All right, let's see how this
His
turns
commander's
out.
pistol is in range there. So he's going to need a 10 with the pistol.
So 8 and 10. So white dice is the pistol.
Okay.
Got 2.
And 1's the pistol. All right, so my French militia, the Milices des Caraïbes, saves on a 7. So let's give that a shot here. Both save, look at that.
Oh, nice.
Finally, the dice turn around for me. And then my resolve test is a 6, which passes. Their resolve is exactly a 6. So, walked right up to me and did nothing. But his commander still has 1 command point, because you have an experienced commander. You can get different commanders that give you a variety of different command points, ranges, and sometimes will add special rules to your unit or your whole faction.
So I'm within 12 inches, which is my command range. And I'm going to have these guys move 4 inches forward.
Now they have a special rule called Scouts, which lets them move through rough terrain without a penalty. Okay, so on our last card. So I'm gonna go first. So he's got 3 actions. Now, if a unit ever moves more than 8 inches during its activation,
Right.
it has to take a point of fatigue. But that still gives them, at the cost of a fatigue, a 12-inch threat range with those guys. And those guys are nasty in close combat. So what I'm going to do with this card is I'm going to use they're trained, so that gives them 1 action. These are buccaneers. So these guys are just great shots. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take an action to move right over here, far away from those guys. And then I'm going to give myself a point of fatigue to fire at that unit of militia right there.
Oh, there you go.
So, closest shot there. So the range penalty is, it's just over 8, so the range penalty is going to be 2. And And their shoot skill is a 5, so I'm looking at 7s with my 4 shots. I got 2 hits, and I also got a 10. These guys have a special rule called ball and shot. So if I'm within 12 inches, which I am, any 10 lets me roll an extra die.
Like an exploding die.
Basically, yeah. So I didn't get an extra hit, so just 2 hits. And that represents they would load in some smaller shot in with their musket balls.
So I get 2 saves?
2 saves. I think you get 2 saves.
My save is an 8.
You got 2 saves in him?
No.
So I got nothing.
So
I'm going to spend my last fortune.
Oh, no more fortune.
But he saved him. Nice.
1 fatigue test, and I take 1 fatigue.
Okay. So now this unit also has a special rule called fast reload. That anytime they're activated on a spade card, they can take a free reload action, which I'm going to take advantage of and leave that at 1.
Nice.
And that's it for them. So now he's got his unit of Lancers in there.
And here they come.
Oh, look at that. He's reaching over there. This guy should have been here. I did not place him correctly. He definitely reached. You're in range.
No, I'm just out.
We'll say you were, for the sake of the demonstration.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm going to do a full 12-inch charge.
This is good because now we get to see this. And this will be perfect ending for this.
I'm going to take a fatigue.
He moved over 8 inches, so it automatically gives him a
So
point
it gives him a fatigue.
And now you're going to defensify or no?
Well, that's true. I have my pistols. So these guys do carry pistols, sidearm pistols. So I would say I'm going to do it. So I can do a defensive attack against his charge.
Okay.
Because they're sidearm pistols, once I fire them, I can't use them again for the rest of the game because they wouldn't care. They just, they're just there for self-defense purposes. So, so I also have to fatigue myself to do so because I'm taking a turn out of action. I'm taking an action out of turn. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 guys. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you give me a white one for the pistol, please.
They're all pistols.
That's true, they are all pistols. So I guess it doesn't matter. So now pistols always have a penalty of 1 to fire at least. Sometimes more at longer ranges. So my shoot skill is a 6, so I'm looking at 7 to hit. So that's 2, 3. Good lord. That's not a bad hit at all. So I got 5 hits on him.
Okay.
So he probably would have moved here to charge me, so he's got cover on that attack. So he's looking for 5s because of his elusive book, which he could easily have done. So, he takes 3 casualties.
Nice.
So that's probably going to stop that charge.
So now I have to take 4 fatigue tests. And, wait.
So far he passed the ball.
And I'm good.
Wow.
So 1 guy.
So had he taken any fatigue at all, he would have routed. Because if you have double fatigue to model count in the unit, the unit routes. It just pulls off the table. So, but he gets to strike with his 1 guy.
So I got a fight skill of a 5, so I need a 5 or better. And I got it.
10. Boy, he's been rolling 10s on
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
I want you on my side.
So now I take a save, and the French militia, the Milices des Caraïbes, they have a fight save of a 7.
But it goes to an 8 because I charge with my lances.
That's true. He has lances, so it goes down to a 7. So now he does take one. He does get 1 casualty. Just pull that guy out there, and take a resolve test. Looking for 6s. 1 for being hit, 1 for a casualty, and a 6 and a 7.
Wow, perfect. And that's how you play a whole turn.
Yep. So melee would go into. If I was going to strike back, I have to do it on my activation.
Right.
So it goes back and forth in that way. Since it's an alternating unit activation, that generally works pretty cleanly. So.
All right.
But there you go. That is a full turn, and it's going to go pretty downhill pretty fast from this point on.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to get pretty nasty. Let's take a look at those ships. And here you have the ships. And these things are absolutely gorgeous. This all fits into that same system that plays with a whole plethora of rules that comes with this. This is where it's at. All right. So let's send it on top and let's get on out of here. Well, there you have it. Blood and Plunder. I gotta tell you, after taking a look at those ships and then seeing how this all plays out, we're really excited to get this working. We're going to be doing a paint through on it and a live playthrough of this game. I'm really excited about this. The Miniature Market carries it, and you guys are just going to love this. You get the book, you get different factions. They have the English, they have the French, and they have all these beautiful things as you've seen the cover. I've got to tell you, I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. I am just a sucker for great games like this. It plays very well. It's very clean, very smooth. I like the fatigue factor, how that works. It works out perfectly. This is a home run in my book, and I'm telling you right now, if you get a chance, get it now before it goes, they sell out. Because this, I got a feeling, is going to be around for a long time. Firelock Games, go to their website, check it out at Miniature Market, and I think you'll really enjoy this. Well, as always, this has been Rob from Review Corner. Until next time, I'm Rob Warren, and we will see you soon.
Sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, videos, and written reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, online gaming superstore, thousands of games and minis, discount prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com.